One of the hardest things about autistic ADHD pairings is understanding what autistic empathy looks like. When I first start working with couples, one of the things that is reported to me is that the partner with ADHD finds their autistic partner to constantly focus on solutions. And this makes sense because the autistic partners then tell me, well, no, how you show care is by doing. How you show care is by hearing what your partner wants and figuring out how you make changes to make things better. I found this solution-oriented thinking to be deeply connected to masking. When you're trying to understand social rules, it's about figuring out, okay, I can't intuitively understand what's happening here, so let me figure out a rule that I can then operationalize to then fit in and make this relationship better. That same model of thinking extends to romantic personal relationships. But because you're in this deep relationship with someone that ideally you're not masking for, solution-based responses to emotional discomfort, dysregulation, or just emotional co-regulation fails the autistic person. So once we get to the point that it's not about offering your partner a solution, that they need to be listened to first, the next thing that I hear, well, now it feels like my partner's just staring at me. It feels very uncomfortable because I put these emotional things out there, but they're just looking at me. Now, I know for the person with ADHD who doesn't have autism, this feels dysregulating because we're used to people nodding. We're used to people kind of taking a therapeutic stance to things, paraphrasing, repeating the highlights of certain emotional words, saying things like, that sounds really hard for you. I'm so sorry you had to go through that. There are verbal and non-verbal reassurances that non-autistic people give that let other non-autistic people know that we're actively listening. Unfortunately, that's masking for your autistic partner. Giving those things doesn't occur intuitively or naturally. And so they actually have to stop listening to you in order to make it look like they're actively listening to you. Instead, what I found is authentic listening for autistic partners is just taking in information and then not responding immediately, but having time to process what's said and then reflect back feelings sometime later that they understand and that they're sorry that you had to go through that. Again, at first, this does not feel like empathy to the non-autistic person because for us, we're greedy and we want it in real time. But one of the things that you have to accept is that to love an autistic person is one, that it takes a lot of energy for them not to immediately go to solution finding. Additionally, when they stop doing that and they start giving you the space you ask for to have your feelings heard, it's going to take a bit for them to process it and then bring it back to you. And the work we have to do as non-autistic people is to see that that is an act of love. Is this something you've experienced? This feeling that your autistic partner doesn't quite listen to you empathetically, but you haven't been able to express your dissatisfaction with it, and conversely, that your non-autistic partner demands too much, that in asking you to respond in ways that make them feel heard, it's actually causing you to mask? I'd love to hear from you.